Hello. Welcome to the second live stream of the day. I am about to pack up some lights, actually one light. I'm wearing a hat right now because if you watched my earlier live stream, I was shoveling snow and my hair doesn't look great. I got hat hair. But what I'm doing right now is I've sold one of my Aputure 120Ds, and so I'm gonna pack it up and actually pick which one is the one to sell, which one looks the nicest. Let's see, you should be able to hear me right now, yeah. And I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch right now. So my friend Eric bought one of my 120D lights. The reason I'm selling these is I have 3 of these, and I just bought 2 of the, let's see if it's back here. Yeah. I just bought 2 of these Amarin 200X lights. They're bicolor, and they're a little bit lighter than this. This is like a solid metal construction, and this is a plastic construction. I like these because they're lighter and they're bicolor and they're a little bit more powerful, but this is a better constructed light. So now I have 5 lights, and I don't need that many. I really only need 3. So my goal is to sell 2 of these, and I've already sold 1 to my friend Eric, so I'm gonna pack that up right now. And let's see, you can still hear me, yeah. So I have my big travel kit here that 3 of these came in. Let's pull all 3 out. Because the first thing I need to decide is which one should Eric get? They are, I mean, they all work, but surely some of them are more beat up than others, and I think he should get the nicest one. So let's see. I might even be able to do a split screen here. Yeah. Okay, we got some comments on YouTube here. Animation Creations 42 says, surely you keep the nice one for yourself. I mean, I know they all work, and I don't want anyone to have buyer's remorse, so I don't want to send Eric the one that's like dented up the most or like has a loose cable or something. So I'll send him the nicest one. Hank-O-Matics here says, coming through loud and clear. Luke Westwood says, hey Griff. In previous live streams, I have brought my audio in through a Zoom H5, and I have to correct for that audio delay. Today I'm actually taking the microphone right into the, well, I'll show you. Right into the what is that? The Lumix XLR1 adapter. So my microphone is going right into the XLR1 adapter. So I'm actually bringing in the audio over HDMI. So there's no delay here. And so let's take a look at these. I mean, this one has a little bit of damage here. That's actually like not important. It's just paint. But let's see, this one's a little bit better, and this one, that one looks pretty good actually. Let's see, where else could these things? Oh, this one's like dented up on the fan area. Looks like I banged it into something and dented it. So maybe that one I should keep for myself. Let's see, what's the next one? This one looks like it's in pretty good shape here. It's got a little dent there, but nothing bad. The back looks fine. Let's see what this one looks like. This one also has like a couple little scratches on the bottom, but nothing substantial. Let's see. I don't know, either one of these 2 look fine. This one has less paint damage on here, so maybe this is the one I should send to Eric. Yeah, this one's a little bit more scratched up. I guess I might as well send this one. Okay, thanks for helping me make that tough choice. So we'll set these 2 aside, and we'll give this one to Eric. Let's see if anyone's chatting with me on, oh yeah, we got Hank-O-Matic on YouTube. We got Nick on Twitch. Would this be a good Nick podcast light? Ooh, Nick was wondering if he should buy the second one. Maybe. Yeah, maybe you should. And Animation Creations is wondering, won't they get destroyed in shipping anyway? No, because I'm going to ship it in this brand new Aputure bag. This is actually a bag made for the 300D, but I didn't have bags for my lights because they came in this travel kit. the travel kit here that holds all three. I'm gonna keep the travel kit because I still have 3 lights. So I didn't have any bags for these lights. So I actually asked Aputure if they could send me some new bags, and they were like, yeah, actually we have way too many bags. They sold these to me for $25 a piece. So the cool thing is Eric gets a brand new case for his gently used light. Okay, so we've decided which one is the least damaged. And yeah, maybe Nick will buy my second light. Nick, I'm selling it for $425, which is like $125 off the retail price, I think. Plus he gets a brand new bag. Now the second thing this comes with is, let's see. These come with, let me mount this camera again. These things come with a cover on the front that protects the COB, the chip on board. These come off. It's just a Bowens mount light, so these pop off. He definitely needs the cover. I suppose I have a few of these, but they all look about the same. Maybe one of them looks better. Let's see. Here's a different one. Hey, this one looks pretty good. Let's give this one to Eric. Give him the nice cover that's not too scratched up. And then the last thing we have to give him is a reflector. They all come with this, I think they call it the hyper reflector. Actually, it's slightly improved on the new ones, I think. This one, it's like kind of a frosty reflection. And then these new lights that I have, this might be the hyper reflector. It's actually got more of a mirrored surface. And it really, I can show that here too, which actually does throw the light more effectively. It seems like this kind of gives you actually kind of like softer edge to the circle that it throws on the wall. So Eric's gonna get one of these. I have 3 of them though, and the question is which one is the least destroyed. So let's take a look at what I have here. Ooh, this one's pretty banged up. You can see that's kind of dented inside, so I definitely shouldn't give that one to Eric. This is another one of the hyper reflectors that came with my new lights. They look pretty shiny and nice. And then here's that third one. Oh, here it's behind me. Oh, this one's also kind of dented up. I think part of the reason they get dented up like this is because you end up stacking them inside themselves, and they kind of, the Bowens mount part kind of dents the inside. So this is the nicest one. I'll give him the nice one. And I am not selling Eric a light stand, so I'm going to keep all my light stands. I'll put that over here in my travel case. I also have a couple Aputure bags here that like the my light dome goes in one of these, and then I also own, I just recently got the lantern, which is kind of fun. Let me pop this camera off and you can see that. Oops. Yeah, this is the big lantern. Let me pop down my ISO here. Just a big ball of light, which is working pretty well right now. I guess because I'm wearing my hat, it kind of is casting a shadow on my face, but that's okay. And then, what else do I have in this case? I also have some barn doors that I'm keeping. And then we have all of the controller modules. I don't know what these things are called. Oh, my ISO's way too high now. These are the controllers for the lights. So we have 3 of these to choose from. I got to figure out which one looks the nicest. And then the other thing Eric's going to get is a remote for the light. That's actually one thing I'm going to miss about this light, is that the Aputure, or the Amarin 200X that I just bought, the plastic light, it can be controlled over Bluetooth, and I mean, but you have to use the Amarin app or the Aputure app. I kind of love that these these Aputure 120Ds come with a remote, which is just simple. I don't have one to demonstrate right now because they're all unplugged, but you can just turn it on with A, B, or C. I mean, you can turn on all 3 of your lights with the same remote. So Eric will get that. And then there are power cables for these things, so we need to figure out which one is in the best shape for Eric to send off. And I think that's it. Let me pop this light, put this camera back up here. I'll take a look at the chat and see what questions you all have about these lights. All right. Let's see, the film guy says, hey, hope you are well. Just want to say thanks for all that you do. I saw your talk when you came to Perth, Australia. Oh, nice. I'm so glad we have someone from Australia watching right now. And I remember that fondly. I was just telling someone about that trip, how great that was. I got to go to Rottnest Island, flew my drone around. That was a lot of fun. Oh, yeah, never got the chance to thank me. Well, I hear you now. Thanks for letting me know. Ampsonic Nick on Twitch wants to know, how loud is that fan? The fan on the on these lights, let's plug it in and I'll show you. I don't think it's particularly loud. So the way these work is, let's see, where do I need to put my, so they have a little thing on the bottom, it's color coded. The yellow power goes in here, it turns, and then it's got this little thing that kind of looks like an XLR cable. It goes on the top, it's also color coded red. Plug in red, and plug into the, it's kind of hiding here behind the mount. There it is. Also red. I like these lights because they are pretty simple for, you know, like anytime I have an assistant who's never seen this light, it's color coded. Red goes to red, yellow goes to yellow. It's not too hard to figure out. And now I'm going to take off the cover. Let's turn this thing on. There it goes. I don't even hear anything, Nick. Let's turn it all the way up to 100% brightness. Yeah, I can hear it when I'm like on it. Like, you probably wouldn't want to put your microphone like next to it, but literally I move my ear 2 feet away and I don't hear it anymore. So these are pretty quiet. And as someone pointed out in one of my last videos, based on one of my lighting positions, pointed out to me that because the fan's on the bottom and the fan spins forcing the air the other way, it actually forces the air up through this heat sink. You might be able to kind of see this it's kind of a metal heat sink under that grate. All the air gets pushed out through the top, so it makes sense to keep this thing upright rather than mounting it upside down, because then you're just working against physics, thermodynamics. All right, so we decided this is the light for Eric. We just need to figure out which cable and power thing are in good shape. And this remote looks fine, right? Let's make sure it has a battery inside. Yep, little C2032 battery. Although, no, yeah, it's working. Oh, it even, yeah, it's turning it on. Okay, so it works. Let's see what other comments are we getting. Matt Bones is here and excited that you caught me live. Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of doing this at a random time. I just happen to have to pack this up right now, and I figured it'd be nice to talk to some of you. I'm De Brown says, when you were on the campaign trail, did you come across Fronos? No, I don't know who that is. Maybe you can give me some more feedback in the comments. The film guy says the hyper reflector gives you more output, but also gives you a big hotspot. Yeah, it's like it's less soft of a circle on the wall. It does give you more of a hotspot. So I'm kind of glad that I'm keeping one of these 120Ds, so I'll have the combination of reflectors to use. Rex says Griffin is a YouTube legend. You learned so much from you. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. All right, so let's see. We need to figure out which cable Eric's going to get. I got, what, 2 of these little short ones. Now, the thing about these little cables is they're made decently well, but over time, some of them sort of, like with all the twisting you do, it seems like some of them kind of come loose a little bit. This one actually doesn't feel loose. That feels pretty good. Let's see what the deal is with this one. This one feels good. That came a little bit loose, but actually now that I've turned it, it feels super tight. So actually, maybe I'll give this one to Eric. Oh, we have another one over here too. Oh yeah, maybe it's just a matter of tightening these up. I didn't realize they'd like come loose. Oh, this one's broken. Yeah, I definitely don't want to send the broken one to him. Let's make sure these are all intact. I guess like this little plastic piece here kind of broke on one of them. This one looks pretty nice. It looks very lightly used. So I will send this one to Eric. So let's see, we got reflector for Eric, cable for Eric, light for Eric. Now which box are we sending him? 2 to choose from here. And they have little antennas on top, which it does seem to make a difference turning these little tiny antennas upward for their whether or not they receive a signal pretty well from this remote. I mean, I think it actually, I don't even know what technology this is. It says antenna area here on the remote. Like, I don't think it's not infrared. It doesn't have a little, it actually says it's 2.4G. So I don't know, like some sort of Wi-Fi. I mean, it's not connecting to your Wi-Fi. The other thing about these lights that I never use but is cool that you might like is that they have V-mount on the back. The Amarin 200X, which I just switched to, just comes with a regular power adapter. It's smaller than this, which I like because it's easier to travel with, but it doesn't have a V-mount on the back. I don't even own V-mount batteries, but if you did, you could power these lights out in the field. These actually all look in great shape. I mean, these things, I guess, I don't know. You'd think they'd get pretty banged up, but they don't. They haven't. This one has a few scratches on it. This one's probably the nicest. So let's send this one to Eric. Okay. So we've picked out all of those, and then the last thing I need to pick out here is the power cable. I mean, let's just make sure these are both tight. This one's tight. This one's tight. But this one's already wrapped up pretty nicely. So I think there you go. We got the power cable that plugs into this thing. I don't know what you call these cables. The one that goes from this thing to the light. You got the reflector. And then the other thing that's cool on these, let's make sure it has, both of them have it. Yeah. Is it has like a little, it's got a little buckle here. And I like mounting them this way. Where you can just have the controller hang from the light. It can actually, depending on how you mount it, I actually have it kind of mounted in the wrong place right now. Sometimes I like to mount it, and I'll just move this. Instead of putting it here on the light stand bracket, I like to put it around this handle. And then, if you have like a heavy modifier on this light, like if you put on the front of this thing a big light dome that's 3 feet long and kind of weighting the thing forward, now you can hang from the back handle the controller, and so the whole thing is kind of like balanced. So I'll put that there for Eric. And then it also has this thing is a little bit flimsy, just a little plastic knob on the side. I think that's another place where you can like hang the controller. But it is just like this little tiny plastic knob. All right, so we got everything that Eric needs, and we'll put it in this new light case for him. So I'm gonna take out, this is the controller for the 200X, much smaller, doesn't have a V-mount, and it's just a very basic power adapter. Oh yeah, the film guy says they're just radio remotes. Yeah, I mean, it's just using the same radio frequency as Wi-Fi, but yeah, it's not like connecting to Wi-Fi. It's just using 2.4 gigahertz. Did you buy new lights, says Nordy Visser? Yes, I focus this a little bit better here. This is the Amarin 200X, which is a little bit more powerful than the 120D. As you can tell by the numbers, that's an output number. Like I think it's 200 watt equivalent versus 120 watt equivalent. And I also like that the X means it's bi-color, so you can switch the colors on these lights. So all around, I'm excited for this like slightly more output bi-color, but the trade-off is Amarin as the brand name. It's made by Aputure. I think that just means like they're cheaper plastic-y model, whereas this thing's like a nice heavy metal construction, and I do feel like I could throw this around a bit, nothing will happen to it. This, I mean, kind of the irony is like I want to travel with it because it's light, but I also know that it's probably more at risk of breaking in my suitcase. But I like that this is smaller. It's easier to hold in one hand. Even the controller is smaller. So all around, this is a lighter thing to travel with. So that's why I was kind of curious to check this out. I'm going to keep one of these 120Ds for myself, but I'm going to sell off 2 of the 120Ds. Scott Gravely says he has the 200D, which is the same as this light, I imagine, unless you're talking about an Aputure one. The 200D version of this Amarin light is the same thing, but it's not bicolor. I also bought 2 of those for the recount. I think they're good lights too. You may just need some CTO gels to go with them if you can't change the color. The film guy says the 200X is likely the best value for the money lights you can buy. Yeah, I can't even remember the price on this. Maybe someone can look it up for me, but I feel like it was $350 or something. So that's kind of the funny thing is like I'm selling this 120D, this used 120D, I'm selling it for more than I spent on the 200X. So I'm making my money back, which is great. And I'm just trying to be responsible and get rid of stuff that I'm not using right now. Scott Gravely says the Fronos photo is who he's talking about. Yeah, I still don't know who that is. And he must work on the campaign trail. Big projects coming up. I actually just shot something for a client in Dallas. I need to edit that. I'm working on some stuff at the recount. But nothing that you all would be super excited about. Just normal work stuff. And yeah. Okay, so last thing we gotta do is put this in the bag here. You just watched me knock over the light that I'm giving to Eric. But let's take a look at it. Still in great shape. Still such a solid light. Okay. So let's get this one in here. Like I said, this was a brand new bag I got from... Oh, you know what? I'm not going to give them this one. This one I've been using. Let's get a brand new bag. I got 3 of these. Which is helpful because it also is in a box that I will be able to ship with. We'll see how much it weighs. By the way, if I haven't said it in the last few minutes, thank you all for joining me. This is fun, just to do something like normal that I'm doing in my office here. So Eric is going to get this fresh bag. And Nick, if you really want to buy my second one, I can give you a brand new bag too. I don't know if this is a little bit bigger than what would have shipped with... I've never seen what bags actually come with a 120D, so I don't know. I'll pop this box up here. Oh, and actually what's funny is this comes with a remote that presumably works with a 300D. I have no idea if it works with the 120D or not. I'll just leave it in the bag for Eric. He can figure it out if he wants. Oh, and it also comes with one of those little plastic... let's go to the split screen here. It also comes with one of these just little tiny red plastic bolts, so if that thing breaks, he has another one too. And then this bag also comes with a big strap. I don't know if anyone else can get this deal right now. I just emailed Aputure and said, hey, I need some bags, and they told me they had way too many of these in stock. So I don't know how much they normally sell them for. I feel like they sell them for something like $75 or something, but they said, oh, you can have a bunch for $25. So I got 3 of these, and I might even buy more because they're just good bags. They're just nice bags. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. No, that's as much as I can zoom out. All right, so first of all, the reflector goes in here. It even has like a nice little shaped thing to like cup the end of it. that. And then our light can go right in here. I don't really know what this thing is shaped for. Like, I don't know what goes into that. But I think I'll probably just put this here to help pad this thing. Maybe that goes in. Yeah, maybe the little end thing goes in there. It does kind of fit. The little light stand mount. And then what else? Got power cables and the controller. I was actually working with a 300D. Like I said, this is a bag for a 300D, which maybe it is a bigger light than the 120. It actually has 2 fans instead of just the one on here. It does have a bigger controller. It's so much bigger, in fact, that it includes a little clamp so that you can clamp the controller onto a light stand because it's so unwieldy, and you wouldn't want to just hang it like this one. You'd actually want to clamp it to the light stand. So it takes up this entire thing. If I pop this in here, it's much smaller. It doesn't like fill up that whole space. But that'll work. Maybe I'll put another power cable in here to help pad this and keep it from moving around too much. And put this one over here. And that looks pretty good. Nothing's gonna go anywhere here. I think that's everything. Let's see, he's getting the reflector, the light, the 2 power cables, oh, the remote. Where should we put this that it won't flop around? I guess just in this zipper case up here. I'll actually use this bag strap as some padding here. Put this in here, yeah. All right, that looks good to go. So I'll zip that up for him. Put it right back in the box. And then we'll have to weigh this thing. See how much it's gonna cost me to ship it. And here's what I like to do. I have a little scale here, and I have a tape measure. And we'll do 2 things here. We'll first measure this. It is 26 inches by 12 and a half. Let's write that down here. 26 by 12 and a half by what? By 10 and a half. Which I think I have to round those up for UPS or FedEx. I haven't decided who I'll do this with yet. And then I weigh it. It's gonna be heavy. It's gonna be expensive to ship, and I told him I'd do it for free shipping. So this is where I lose money. Let's see. Okay, I can't read it, so I gotta click hold. Oh, hold. And then what does it say? Nope, I missed it. Messed that up. Let's try this again. Come on. Okay, it says it's there. Hold it. We got it. It's not working. Okay, I may need to go vertical on this so I can read it. Oh no, I still can't read it. I don't know why my little hold button is not working. How is this supposed to work? You weigh it, you push hold. Maybe it doesn't work if it's still fluctuating. Or maybe the hold button just stopped working. Let's try with a pen. Hold. That's working, yeah. I don't know why I can't get to work on this box. Let's try this one more time. Okay. Settle. Maybe it's because it's rocking back and forth. Okay. I can hear it. It knows the weight. I just pushed hold. I don't like the fact that it just beeped on me. Oh, no, it worked that time. It says 16 pounds, 11.2 ounces. 16 pounds, 11.2 ounces. All right, we'll figure out how much that weighs. Or if anyone is a shipping expert in the comments, you can tell me how much is this going to set me back. Let's see what everyone's saying. So Matt Bone says, is something like the Godox S160 not powerful enough for your needs? I mean, it probably is. I would assume 160 is the output. So, if I've been pretty happy with the 120s and I'm now happy with the 200, 160 would be right in that area. It would certainly be enough. I just haven't tried Godox. I know a lot of people have that brand. Fronos is a massive photography YouTuber who followed Bernie. So yeah, I probably did see him. I was at a lot of Bernie events during the 2016 and even early 2020. Wait, was it 2020? No, it was all 2016. Actually, no, it was 2020 as well, Bernie ran. Let's see. If memory serves, the 120D bag is pretty similar to 300 bags. Yeah, they might be the same size. Actually, Film Guy says 120D bags are about 2/3 the size. So lucky you, Eric. You get a nice big box, a big case for this 120D. Aaron Mull says, this is getting me so excited to shoot. I start shooting interviews for my first new doc that's coming Monday. Nice! Good job, Aaron. Yeah, it's kind of fun to pack up gear. I do get pretty excited getting ready to travel. And Hankomatic wonders, maybe off topic, but do you ever switch out the ball head on your tripod? I don't love this. I don't love this tripod that I have, this Mi Photo tripod. I mean, it has a kind of a bad ball head on top. I really love the ball head on the Peak Design travel tripod here. I mean, it's custom made by Peak Design, so it's real slim. This whole Peak Design travel tripod, it's way overpriced, but I kind of love it for how slimline it is, how easy to travel with it is. And I'm not doing a lot of fluid head stuff on the road. I kind of just need to lock down a tripod for a podcast or something. So I kind of I just like a basic travel tripod. I wonder if I can just point this in my face. It's funny. I like to focus manually, and so I'm really not set up for streaming very well. That I have to I should be in autofocus. I just don't like to be in continuous autofocus if I don't have to be. The Film Guy says, I'm reviewing the Godox M600D, very bright, which is a copy of the Aputure 600D in a lot of ways. The controller is so big you can use it instead of a sandbag. Yeah, I do feel like I am using these controllers kind of in that way, to hang as a counterweight. You could attach it to the bottom of a light stand and secure it pretty well. Well, I think that's just about all I need to do today. I need to go have some lunch, and then I'm going to ship this thing out to Eric. But thank you all for joining me. And this was kind of fun just to do something normal in my office, pack up a light. And I'm glad you were here along the way asking questions. So I'll see you all later. I'll try to do a more formal live stream probably in the next week. And I have some new content on YouTube. Actually, I'm pretty proud of the podcast episode that Nick and I just did. So you should head over to my YouTube channel and see several of the new videos. I have some cut downs of my recent live streams. I also have that new podcast episode. There's some fun stuff there. If you missed it, everyone guessed correctly that Jeff Goldblum was the secret celebrity that I got to work with. So go watch that podcast episode if you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you just want to see how fun it is that all of you figured it out. From a pixelated picture of Jeff Goldblum, everyone knew who it was. So thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining, Adrian. Sorry I'm leaving right as you come in, but I'll talk to you all later.